Alright guys, here on the mending table we have something we've seen earlier. Saw the quarter panel. This is the second one. This is the Dynacorn one. This is a part that we talked about the first time with the Goodmark quarter panel. And we're going to talk about the fit of this and why this is going back to its home at Summit as well. Alright, now I'm hoping you can see this. If I pull this tight over here, we've got a good about an inch over here. Now, you know, that's not a big deal. Worst case scenarios, I could actually pull this down, pull this in. I can make that work. Kind of pulls all the other curves out of shape, but you could make it work. Another issue you have is if you can see this little indentation right here. This indentation doesn't come over far enough this way. So it doesn't allow it to sit down into the quarter panel like it should. Okay, now we come back around back over here. This is horrible. Let me see. Okay, now that I got you at a level that you can see what's going on, if I pull this tight, look at this. We've got almost a 7/8 difference here. And this is supposed to be even from these two pieces here. That's not even close. That's not even in the ballpark. So, yeah, that's not going to work. Because the trunk panel is a flat piece that comes straight down here. It's a drop off, comes off. These both should go right on it. Obviously, that's just not going to work. Now, if you kind of come around here, you get a little better view of that too. And... oh, come on. Monstrosity. You kind of see there. Yeah. Even if you were to pull this out of it, straighten that up, it could drop down another tiny bit, but it's not going to drop down 7/8 of an inch. So, yeah, that's just not going to work. That's not going to work right there. That's not even remotely close. Now, come back over here, give you a little better view of this. If I pull this back into here, and what I'm talking about is this little bit here. This is just not deep enough over here for this to come this way enough and to go down where it needs to go. Because you end up with that, which is kind of in the ballpark, but it's not enough. It's just not enough. You could fix that. Hammer and dolly that, that's fine. The major issue you have now is if you look right here, you can see how far off that is. Now, the problem is with that is that now when you put this on, you can't get your quarter panel up against this where it should be, because this should be pretty much the edge of this, and it's not. The reason for that is... Alright, so now we got this piece here. Noisy. Let me turn it upside down. Never have any place to put anything, you know. Alright, so now the problem is right in here. This is the problem. On the factory one, this right here, there's a section right in through here that has much deeper dip than this one does. And this is close on the dip. The problem is when you come to here, there's a transition line right here, right in here. This is not coming back out enough. And actually, when you hold it and you kind of, I don't know if you can see it in there or not. It's hard to see, but it actually dishes in a little bit instead of going out. Now, if we go over here to... yes, I've already pulled the quarter panel off, and it's kind of ugly. Kind of get in here. I don't know if I can set this up to see that or not. Yeah, it's kind of dark. Yeah, hang on a minute. Okay, I got this thing clamped up into place. So now if we kind of look at things, if you look this here, you see how nice and deep that is. Obviously, we get bent down there. But you can see how nice and deep that is here. We come over here, nothing. barely a wrinkle in it. It just disappears. And that kind of goes the whole way when you're comparing the two together. And that's just not going to work. I don't want to fight with it. And to be honest, I was planning on just taking this one and just cutting this section out and then going up to this one and just welding it in. And kind of the same thing over here, where you can see lots of real ugliness back here, which I'm going to try to straighten this piece out. I think I can get this one straightened out. I'll flatten it out, pull it down. I think this will be reusable. I'd like to, because I don't want to replace it if I don't have to. We'll just see what happens. Now, if we come here, you know, there's obviously this. I can straighten that out again. This is stuff you never see. It doesn't have to be uber perfect. There is some issue down here, but I have a friend of mine that's got a factory one of these that I can go pick up. Just this section here. Now we come over here, and it's kind of the same thing, you know. And then you've got some of the curve that is a little off. You have this curve here. This is kind of a little more, I don't know what you want to call it, more like a bulbous shape to it. It's not quite right. I mean, I could tell just by looking at it, it wasn't going to fit. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was planning on originally. You know, cut, patch, even cutting into here somewhere and cutting this out and welding this piece into here. I'm just not even going to attempt that because this piece is so bad that it's just not worth it. I'm just going to do the same thing I did on that side, which was just to take, what I will do is take a piece of metal. I'll probably sandblast a lot of this, see how far back this goes. I'll just sandblast. I'll make a patch piece to go in, patch to here, while this is existing into place, the curve, because you want to leave that in place. Patch that here, and then I will cut a new strip to replace that on the bottom there and weld it on. It's just not worth this. I think trying to use this piece here is just going to introduce more hassle than it's worth. And to be honest, it's a really expensive piece for something that doesn't really fit at all. And these are known to be a problem. You know, the assembled two-piece ones, everybody knows fits better. But obviously I don't need a two-piece one. So, yeah. And more I look at these things, it's just kind of like, it makes me wonder if, like, are we just making one outer wheelhouse and selling it for not just Mustangs, but half a dozen other cars and just saying, oh, yeah, it's close enough, it'll fit? You know, is that a possibility? I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. But just so you know, yeah, quarter is coming off. And just so you know, for part number wise on this piece, it is a Scott Drake. There is the Scott Drake sticker on the bag. There's the manufacturing sticker. And then there is that sticker there, which I'm assuming is a Scott Drake / Summit sticker. Not sure. But anyway, this is going on the car. Oh, yeah, this is the one that looks like it's going to work pretty good. Anyway, this is going to go on the car. That's not going to go on the car. And he's going to make a ride back to Summit one day. So, thank you for watching.